Welcome back to Drive FSD. My name is Justin. We are in West Seattle, Washington, working our way out of this parking spot and going to Alki Beach. So we were at a record store just now, used FSD to get here. Unfortunately, they had a signing event that I did not know about, so couldn't actually shop, but that's okay. We're in West Seattle. It's sunset. Gonna go to the beach for a little bit. It's kind of cool out, but still really, really pretty out. We're in a 2025 Model 3 with hardware 4, FSD version 13.2.9. This is going to be a mostly surface street drive, pretty narrow streets, lots of hills, maybe a few roundabouts depending on the path that FSD chooses to take us to, but should be uneventful. So I have not gotten FSD version 14 yet. That said, I'm okay with that. From what I've seen right now, it's a little stop and go, not quite as smooth as version 13.2.9. And smoothness is something that I really like in this FSD version. So although there's some things in FSD 14 that I'm definitely looking forward to, I don't mind waiting. Let's see, is this woman going to cross in front of us? She is not. FSD waiting for her, peeking out, doing a really good job there. Version 13 is really good with the way it handles pedestrians. From what I've seen, version 14 is even better though, which is really cool. So I am excited to see how that actually feels. This will be a left. We just have a kind of hard to see right. It's not super bad. FSD has no problem with that. And then an immediate right turn. So we are in West Seattle. This part of the city on a Sunday evening, there's likely to be a pretty good number of pedestrians out. Nothing crazy. FSD, like I said, has a pretty safe handling of pedestrians, so shouldn't be a problem. All right, unprotected left. That car is signaling to their right. Perfect. Car hanging out in the middle of the road with no signals. FSD doesn't have any issues with that. I didn't feel anything in the car. I'm not sure how they train FSD on that, but for instance, we had a green light, but there was a pedestrian waiting at their crosswalk, clearly waiting to go. FSD understands that and does not slow down for them, as it shouldn't. Of course, now if they had started to walk, I think FSD would have slammed on the brakes. Right, so I'm not sure what's happening up here. We have a car backing into a spot. We have some cones. We have a car pulling out. And we need to go to the straight, to the right. Perfect. I think we may be handling this better than the Volt driver ahead of us. Yeah, awesome. Super easy. Yeah, I would say FSD is handling this road better than that Volt driver. Bike ahead of us, FSD sees them, they're in their lane, fine. Easy. That car took a hard hit. One of the things that this is a subtle thing, but I like how FSD indicates that it sees those reds far off in the distance. Even before it can actually visualize the rest of the scene, it is looking out for those reds and it does know what's coming, which I like. Yeah, this is one of those drives where FSD is just so remarkably unremarkable. There's not much to say. Now, watch me jinx it, of course. Roads like this, Seattle has a lot of these sort of like one-ish lane streets, and it's just understood that if a car is coming the opposite direction, you to sort of figure it out. And drivers here are really good at that. FSD is also honestly kind of amazingly good at that. Now, if a car were to be coming the opposite direction, there's plenty of room, but typically, you know, someone is going to pull into a driveway or into a parking spot as the other car passes. And FSD actually somehow understands the nuance of that really well. All right, so as we get down to the water, great view of the city off to our right, which we'll see here in a sec. This is an interesting speed that FSD is driving. It's a 25, technically, we're doing 14. I feel like if there was a car behind me, I feel like most people go a little faster than, 11, 12, 13 miles an hour down this hill. That's just one of those things that FSD doesn't always nail. So we have that stop sign and then a very sharp right turn. There is a car coming, but they're stopped. I don't know if they're stopped for us. I don't think they're stopped for us. Yeah, okay. Well, that car's just stopped. Link FSD did as good of a job as you could do in that situation. We'll now do a left, get a great view of the Seattle skyline. Now, FSD here, there's not a stop line, so FSD is going to stop behind the stop sign, and then it will creep forward and get the view that it needs. Okay, I'm going to touch on the accelerator there. Yeah, that was just one of those. I'm actually going to put it into... Oh, well, okay, now a car's going to pull out ahead of us, so... Well, that's fine. See, that's one of those times where FSD every so often just does not drive maybe quite as fast as you want. I feel like, because now we're doing under the speed limit. But this is a tricky area with a lot of pedestrians and a lot of stuff going on. I feel like this car behind us is probably, I don't want to say annoyed at us, but I'm guessing they want us to drive just a little bit faster. You know what? There's no one behind us. Ooh, FSD sees a spot. It wants to actually park. Fun. This is cool, right? Because sometimes FSD is totally good to just park. Other times it does not want to, but it found a spot it liked right away. And we are here. Thank you for joining me on Drive FSD. I'll see you on the next one.